is up? God damn, man. It's Sunday like a motherfucker. Man, what is going on? Man. You know I'm gonna hit y'all niggas with it. 066, Erica, y'all already know I'm gonna hit y'all niggas with it. Sean, I'm gonna hit you with it. Did Jesus come back today? Cause I know that's what y'all niggas was doing. Did he come back? Y'all, damn, man. Niggas just in at church. How about that? And all this bullshit. But the white supremacists is, nigga, what did I tell you? That's what they doing. White niggas up here praying to Cesare. You get no power from that clown. It's clown. Nigga like, it's so cold. Europeans, boy, they cold with that shit. Hey, man, you want to be good on this life here because, you know, you going to be living in paradise in the afterlife. Nigga, what? So I got to get shit on and stumped on and pissed on, kicked in the teeth, so I can live good in the afterlife? Man, get the fuck out of here. Y'all niggas better go get Ifa in y'all life. Get voodoo. Shit. If y'all want to join a religion, just go join the Nation of Islam. At least they going to teach you. Join something that's going to teach you about you. Instead of just going to church and singing and dancing and prancing and shit and dressing nice and nigga think that they pay their tithes, they going to heaven. Nigga, you don't even know what that is, nigga. Cause I want to go to hell. You're in hell. So shout out to all you motherfuckers out there thinking that somebody gonna come and get you. Motherfuckers praying to Cesare Borgia, a.k.a. Pal Gasol. And motherfuckers want to be mad at niggas like me. Cause I'll be like, nigga, what are you doing? So shout out to everybody out there. I don't mean to offend my black Christians, but if you start doing some research and reading instead of just sitting up here and letting them tell you what to do and believing what they told you, you'll understand that the system of racism and white supremacy, religion is a part of that, and they dominate 9 areas of activity. We're going to get into that. We're going to get into how we want to trust the law and trust government. And I always tell niggas, go get this book, man. It's the book of Eli. It's called The Burglary. Go get this book, man, and really read it. Great book. Great book, man. Great book. 066. Hey, what's happening, my nigga? You know I gotta start the cast off going in. Cause you know, know this. I grew up like that. Nigga be at church like, what's a good church song? I've been in church so long like, Jesus, I never get looking at it. Nigga. Just oh man, what a formality. Man, my people, man, we gotta wake up, man. I'm not saying you shouldn't go to no black church. Go to Reverend Jeremiah Wright's church. If you're gonna go to somebody's church, go to Fred Price's church. He had Dr. Claude Edison there. For all you that live in LA. But y'all just going to these churches sitting up here praying to Cesare. I don't want to hear that shit. I would suggest everybody right now go get this book called The Borgias and Their Enemies. Very good book. Them niggas was cold. Lucretia, Mary, Mary Magdalene. Get the fuck out of here. How the fuck is that? That's not even a Hebrew name. And you ain't been to church service in a minute? Oh, nigga, you know I'm gonna get on that shit, man. I'm gonna give you the good points. I'm gonna give you the bad points, man. We gonna get into it. Shout out to everybody at the Court Plantation. If you work on the weekends, man, much power and respect to you, man. If you don't work on the weekends, I understand it. You know what I'm saying? But much power and respect. Become introverted, do your shit, and get the fuck out of here. Hey, man, today's topic, we gonna talk about planting evidence is the law. They been doing this shit. That's why I keep showing this book, 066, man. If you ever get a chance, bro, my nigga, fuck with this book. Erica, fuck with this book. Shawnee, fuck with this book. It's called The Burglary. It's about, you know, our good LBGTQ, LMNOP, XYZ, cross-dressing J. Edgar Hoover. It's about him and all the vile, vicious, anti-black racism shit that he wrote down of what he was doing. Like orchestrating the assassination of Fred Hampton. Go read the book. Trying to separate Malcolm X from the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. That's why I be having pictures. I'm about to get more pictures, man, too. Shout out to Erica. I want to get on this shit real quick. Shout out to my nigga No Compromise, man. His podcast is dope. I always tell y'all niggas, go fuck with that nigga. But man, shout out to everybody. If you begging at the Court Plantation, I can't fuck with you, man. If you there, you handling business, Do your thing, man. We about to get into it right now. Man. We about to get into it, man. Let me tell you something. Look, if I had this one book that I had read. It's called Symbols, Sex, and Religion. Excuse me. It's one of them. And I forgot. And it basically breaks down. I didn't even have no tea today, but that's all right though. No, I had tea earlier today. But it basically breaks down like the symbolisms. Like, okay, let's just take for instance Moses. When he was going at it with the other magicians, you know how they, according to the Bible, they threw their staffs down and it turned into snakes. And then Moses threw his staff down and it turned into a snake and ate the other sorcerer snakes up or whatever. Well, that's witchcraft. But they talk bad about witchcraft in black church. Like, y'all got to read that book. It's dope. It talk about, all the symbols and all the shit that's in it. I can't remember verbatim, but it's actually a pretty good book. It talks about Saturn. Like, I don't know if it even mentions, I got to read the book again because I ain't read that book in a minute. I read that book after I read this book. The Matrix of Power by Jordan Maxwell. I had read his book, and then after that I had read that book, Sex, Symbols, and Stars, I think. Sex, Symbols, and Stars, or Sex, Symbols, and Religion. It's one of them. The book is over there on my bookshelf. And it basically just talks about, like, a lot of, like, the Hebrew coding and wording in there, and it's actually a good book. And then it kind of makes sense about how, because in the Jordan Maxwell book, he talks about how everything's black represents like Saturn or some shit. It's kind of confusing, but then you have to kind of like read shit over. And then it kind of breaks down like the Superman shit and how that symbol is really an upside down pyramid with a snake. Yeah, it's dope, man. If I could recall, because I ain't read it in a while, but after you read shit like that, and then there's another book. Oh, it's called Old Time Religion with Jordan Maxwell and Paul Tice, and it kind of breaks down a lot of the scriptures and like the hidden symbolisms within those scriptures and all that other shit, man. After I read those books, I was like, I knew this shit was bullshit anyway. And the reason why I go so hard, like I said, on black church, because they not teaching niggas shit. Sorry, to me, you're teaching motherfuckers to be docile and go along to get along and get the good job, go to school, be reinserted back into the matrix so you can pay tithes and help the church. But when is the church going to help people? When is all these religious folk and all these people that want to tell you about going to heaven, my personal opinion, when they going to start telling you about financial stability? 066, I want you, my nigga, when you get a chance, you get around religious people, say, hey, that's good, man. I want to go to heaven and all that, but are y'all talking about Dr. Claude Anderson in that book? Or anybody teaching that? How many black churches is teaching about Dr. Claude Anderson? Because that's esoteric knowledge. Don't nobody know about that shit. You have to be outside of that church shit to learn about that. Because I didn't learn none of that shit when I was in church. You can learn about saying your Easter speeches. It's so many conflicting views. That's why I go hard on it. Motherfuckers get mad at me because I don't know shit. But I know enough to know that a lot of the shit that they be talking about is bullshit. Just like on Easter. They give you an Easter basket with chocolate Easter eggs and shit. And you go Easter egg hunting and eat chocolate Easter eggs. And it's like, well, where's the symbolism in that? Because when you read the Bible, when do they be talking about the bunnies? Show me the scripture where they talk about that. And then, Easter is Ishtar. That's the goddess of sex. That's like fertility. So when you start reading other shit that's kind of so contradictory to what the fuck niggas is telling you to go buy that good book, a lot of that shit, I'd be like, I think it's bogus. That's why I be telling motherfuckers, if you want to learn about yourself, go join the Nation of Islam. Or just not even go join them. Go fuck with them. Go talk to them. Go on YouTube and look up some of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan's speeches. Go listen to them if you really want to know about who you are. But if you want to just like, to me, I equal and I would compare and contrast, black Christianity to like when Morpheus was giving Neo the blue pill and the red pill. That nigga was like, yeah, you take this, was it the blue pill? You take the blue pill, you go back to bed. And that's how I look at that shit, man. So that's why I'm always going in 066 about like black Christians, man, because you go to church every day and do all this other stuff, but a lot of these black Christians, they don't even read the Bible. They just be running their goddamn mouth and ain't read shit, but going off what some other motherfucker told you about it. But when you start questioning certain things, that's why I always suggest go study voodoo, go study Ifa, Kundumle, Santeria, like study that type of shit, man. Like so you can get a different contrast of who you are and the African ancient spirituality systems that we built, not some shit that they gave you. It's like, go to the grocery store. They put that food on the shelf. You can't just get some seeds and start growing your own shit and then say you a farmer. You got to be vetted out by the dominant white society. They control all that shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, man, and if they control that, like the Honorable Dr. Francis Cress Welsing talks about in The Great Neely Fuller, they say the same thing. They dominate 9 areas of people activity. Sex, labor, law, politics, education, entertainment, economics, war. They dominate all that. They dominate all that. I think I named 8. It's 9. I think counter war is 9. I'm not mistaken. Because I'm telling you, man, they dominate that. Because if you think about it. They dominate religion. They dominate sex. They dominate politics. They dominate education. They dominate entertainment. They dominate law. They dominate labor. Economics. They dominate all that shit. It's all them. And then they'll look at you upside your head when you be like, well, bro, this shit is not fair and it ain't right. We gave you Obama. Don't be proud. It's more white people that act like Dutch Schultz from motherfucking Hoodlum. Go watch Hoodlum. It's way more white people that act like Dutch Schultz than it is people that act like Lucky Luciano. At least Lucky Luciano kind of was more chill. I'm not saying that he was a lover of niggas, but he was more chill. Dutch Schultz didn't give a fuck. It's just now it's kind of like hidden. And that's why I always be going at it, because I'm like, bro, why you sitting up here reading Easter speeches and giving out Easter eggs and dying Easter eggs and doing all this clown sucker shit to me and getting up early in the morning because this is when he rolls off. It's just like, man, come on. And to me, a lot of the times I'd be like, well, what other shit have you read besides that book? That's like me telling you that this book is the end all be all. That book ain't the end all be all. It's hella other books to read. But that'll give you a different perspective. The Bible's supposed to give you a different perspective. It's not supposed to, like, it's like a guide. But it ain't just that. It should be other books too and other things that you should be studying. That's why I always mention the Nation of Islam. Them niggas be studying hella religions. Scientology, Mormons, all that shit. You ask them niggas a question, they can tell you about hella religions. But 9 times out of 10, you talk to a black Christian, man, them motherfuckers be like, oh, the Bible says such and such, because, Jesus said, man, get the fuck out of here. How you know he said that? Because it's in red? Man, get the fuck out of here, nigga. But I'm just saying, man, it's just a lot of the shit that I see, I think is bogus, man. You know what I'm saying? I see it, and I think it's bogus. And I think that a lot of the times with black churches, they're not teaching us how, they're not giving us information so we can be armed with information when we dealing with law enforcement. You know what I'm saying? Because I just remember growing up and going to different churches, they never really taught you about how racist the police can be and what to do and how to interact and how to not talk too much and just, when you at a traffic stop, how you conduct yourself. They don't teach you that shit in no fucking black church. They teach you how to jump up and down and holler and hoop and speak in tongues and man, get the fuck out of here. And they teach you to sing. Oh, you gonna be a good singer or a good musician all day. But where you gonna take that shit? Because I know a lot of church musicians and they not doing shit today, but working a goddamn corporate plantation job just like me. So I don't give a fuck. It's a whole lot of hood legend motherfucking musicians. But what the fuck do you know? I remember I met this musician, man. We was chopping it up, and I was like, look, man. I was like, have you ever thought about playing music outside the church? Oh yeah, man. You should come to my church and come. It got the good teaching. I just was kind of like, nigga, I'm not trying to go to your church to do music outside the church, man. I ain't into that shit, man. And this is no diss. This is no diss. And if you live in Las Vegas, Nevada, it's a big ass church on Martin Luther King. It's right next to it's right across the street from the McDonald's on Martin Luther King, in between Vegas, Owens and Lake Mead, where the old post office used to be. It's a big ass purple church that took them 20 years to build because niggas was probably stealing. And them niggas invited me to this church. I'm like, well, I don't understand that. Y'all put all this money into this big ass church, but niggas is in apartments and projects and all this other shit. It's like, well, nigga, you not even living good, but you putting your all into that. Then fuck that. Where are these churches at why are y'all not giving back? And why don't members, to me, demand that shit? Like, hey, all right. Okay, cool. You got your Billy, you got this, you got that. Okay, well, where the fuck is our shit at? And where's the knowledge to arm ourselves so we can know what the fuck is going on in this system of racism and white supremacy? Niggas don't teach that. Look, I'm gonna tell you, nigga ain't tell me shit, nigga. I grew up in the black church. I ain't never, they'll tell you read and study. Read what? Study what? You know what I'm saying? Because you got these motherfucking law enforcement, race soldiers, racial representatives, plant evidence on people like J. Edgar Hoover and them was doing. Now you gotta damn near have your camera phone out everywhere you go because you don't know what the fuck you gonna get introduced to. You got that motherfucking mental, you got that fake ass mentally disturbed Karen that was in that Victoria's Secret trying to go upside the black sister's head. Then when the black sister ducked and dodged her, put her on camera, the bitch started crying and that was bullshit. Then the police come talking about, I can't do nothing. Bullshit. Black folk, go to a mall and act a goddamn fool and they call the police and see what the fuck happened to you. I done seen police officers handcuff niggas in the mall and throw their asses right the fuck up out of there. But that police officer got on code with that white woman. Oh, there's not really nothing I can do. They gotta call security. Man, get the fuck out of here, man. That's why it's important that niggas gotta start researching and doing your own. You better read the new Jim Crow by Michelle Alexander. Read that shit. He'll tell you all about Obama. Motherfuckers, I remember she was a little older black sister, nice sister, was like, that's why I wish Obama's in office. And I was like, I don't. She was like, why? She got all mad. I was like, because he didn't do anything for us. She was like, oh, he did something. I said, name one thing that he did specifically for black folk. I'm not talking about everybody. I'm talking about black people. Well, he can't just be y'all president. He's got to be everybody's president. I said, well, then tell that to all the other white presidents that we had. They made sure they did shit for their people. I was like, God damn, man, what's wrong with us? But a lot of the older people, they lost to me, man. I don't even have these discussions. I don't even try to be contrarian to older people, man, black folk, because they still praying to Shezareh in a lot of ways. And they don't understand that. When you start talking about Nation Islam or you start talking about voodoo, Ifa. First of all, most black Christians don't even know what Ifa is. Shit, they don't even know that shit exists. You know why? Because I didn't even know it existed until I started reading and listening to other people talk about other ancient African belief systems. So I know a lot of suck-ass niggas. What is that? Get the fuck out of here, man. Nah, they tell you just read the Bible, pray every day if you want to grow. That bullshit. And that's what I'm saying, man. I was watching this thing, these Wisconsin police, which that don't bother me, man. I think 99% of law enforcement are racist, anti-black racist, and they don't give a fuck about niggas. They pull these niggas over, and they're going to throw a bag in the back of his car talking about, oh, I know I'm on camera too. But why would you do that? Why didn't you throw it in the trash? If you already had the baggie from the car, why would you throw it back in his back seat? Stop. They knew what the fuck they was doing. Now you got the police coming out. Oh, they already had the bag and all this. That's not the point. Why would he do that? Why didn't you throw it in the trash? Why would you throw it in their back seat? Because you was fishing for something. Because this is what they fucking do. And then when they put on blast, motherfuckers get the white-splaining and babbling and shit and trying to talk you all in circles. And then these are the same people that tell you go vote for the Democrats. Then you got black sisters talking about, yeah, because Kamala, she's an AKA. AKA? The fuck out. Man, that fucking Greek fraternity shit don't mean shit to racism and white supremacy. That shit, you have no power. Let me tell you how dumb black folk are. Black folk, I'm talking about certain black folk. They'll argue you down and vote shame you about not voting for the same nigga that put over 550,000 black folk in prison for the 94 crime bill. And they'll sit around here and vote shame you and talk crazy to you because you don't want to vote for the same racist man that put a lot of our grandfathers and fathers and mothers in prison for crack after they put the crack in our neighborhoods. Stop, man. That's what I'm saying, man. Like, you gotta wake up, man. That's why I always go hard and I'll be like, bro, look, man, I know a lot of people that went to black church. I always respected a lot of my brothers and sisters, out there, melanated brothers and sisters, that they didn't really fuck with the church like that. It seemed like the majority of the motherfuckers that really didn't really fuck with it that tough, they were all successful and had their own shit popping. And they had a different perspective because they weren't plugged into that matrix. You know, a lot of people take, what is it, the blue pill? The blue pill smoothie. You know what I'm saying? They just want to go to bed. They don't care about what the fuck is going on in this world. You know what I'm saying? And it's sad. And the reason why I say it's sad, because I think a lot of people, they'd rather be like that anyway. And that's fine. Just stay the fuck away from me. That's all I say. That's all I ask. And I try not to get into these religious, talks with people, especially elderly black folk, man, because they be looking at you like you crazy, man. I'm not saying that what they believe isn't true. I don't know that. But what I'm saying is, as I got older and I started reading other shit, I'm like, okay, what's other shit out there besides this one religion? You know what I'm saying? And I always, and I'm always question a religion that's only 100 years old. You have religions that are thousands of years old. You know what I'm saying? And then your religion, your first AME or whatever the fuck, that shit only been around 50 years. So a lot of the shit I just don't get, man. And I just think we gotta wake up, because while we sitting up here asleep, these white supremacists is playing evidence. I'm about to play this audio. This shit is fucked up, man. But I'm about to play this audio of these brothers that got stopped, and then that motherfucker threw the shit. He's like, hey, man, that shit had me dying laughing. Here, let me play this shit. Listen to this.
Hey, bro, what's that?
What's what?
That you just threw in here.
What word?
I got you on camera, bro.
I got you on camera. We're all good. Hey, bro, you just threw that in here. Yeah.
Exactly. Get the fuck out of here, man. That's the type of shit. I got you on camera. He's like, yeah, I got you on camera too. Let me play it one more time so y'all hear this shit.
Hey, bro, what's that?
What's what?
That you just threw in here.
What word?
I got you on camera, bro.
I got you on camera. We're all good. Hey, bro, you just threw that in here. Yeah.
This is what they do. And then they want to come behind with a statement, talk about, the officer already had it and all that. Stop, man. Look, let me tell you something. And I'm going to keep telling motherfuckers this. When you read this book, The Burglary, you going to know all you need to know about law enforcement. And you're going to know all you need to know about the white LBGTQ LMNOP Them motherfuckers ain't your friends either. That's Ed Buck. That's the nigga that get all the moist niggas high and they end up dead in his place. He's still alive, but they dead. He get them high off of PCP and meth and all this other shit, because these moist niggas is dope fiends, and they go up in his house, then all of a sudden they overdose, but he's still walking around there fine. And ain't nobody saying shit. The Democratic Party, nothing. Oh, he's a donor. It doesn't matter. He should go to jail. 2 niggas ended up dead, and them niggas kept going over there. I'm like, why the fuck is niggas fucking with this white man, and this nigga's killing niggas? But Bill Cosby was in jail for allegedly raping women, allegedly, right? But why was you going back? So that's like if a nigga shot me and then I get out the hospital and I get rehabilitated and I be like, man, I just gotta go back. But man, he shot you. I just gotta go back. And then I go back and get shot again. And then all of a sudden I want to press charge. They gonna be like, why the fuck did you go back the first time? That shit doesn't make sense. Them lying ass bitches, man, fuck all them lying ass bitches. Janice Dickinson, Beverly Johnson, all them old bitches. These are old broke bitches. So they want to talk shit about Bill, because Bill Cosby still got his bread. And these are broke bitches who sold a pussy because they pussy was undervalued as it is. And then they sold it for the low blue book value price of the pussy hole, because they Carfax said they had over 150,000 miles on it. So now they mad because motherfucking Bill Cosby could still be out there buying brand new pussy hole because he still got his bread, and now these bitches done price they pussy out the game. Now they mad. Man, get the fuck out of here, man. And R. Kelly too. Motherfuckers know what R. Kelly was doing. But that ugly King Cooper motherfucking Baraka from Mortal Kombat alligator skin looking bitch wanted to be motherfucking starting this goddamn surviving R. Kelly shit, and motherfuckers go with the shit. I just be like, what the fuck is wrong with niggas, man? I mean, we don't need no help going at each other. We got that all we got that. It's like, when we gonna be on code and be like, hey, I wish somebody would have been like, hey, man, we get it. We understand what R. Kelly got going on, but right now ain't the time to be doing that shit. Let's do a surviving motherfucking Harvey Weinstein right now. Why we doing a surviving R. Kelly? Why Harvey Weinstein walking around here acting like he ain't did shit wrong? Man, get the fuck out of here, man. I'm telling y'all niggas need to wake the fuck up. And stop getting up and just thinking going to church so you can go to heaven and then you can live an afterlife. Okay, fine. I just want to find one nigga that done lived in the afterlife for a couple of months and tell me how it is. Tell me what the fuck is popping. But until then, nigga, you're not going to convince me to just go along with the get along so I can live good in the afterlife. Man, get the fuck out of here, man. This is hell on earth right now. Like I said before, everybody want to pretend like they want to. Motherfuckers want to replicate the behavior of the Jewish community when it comes to acting like you got money. But nigga, you're not replicating their community because they don't let their kids walk around there be on no broke shit. Nigga, and I'm not saying that they sit up there and get their kids the lavish lifestyle, but they kids gonna have college, they gonna have stocks, bonds, 401k, life insurance policies. They kids gonna be straight. And when they leave this world, they kids ain't gonna be arguing and fighting over no property, none of that, because that shit is already written in stone what they gonna do. They not gonna play these bullshit games and try to have all this goddamn hierarchy of need play. I'm not saying that white Jewish people, a lot of them ain't like that. Maybe they are, but the ones I've been around, I ain't never seen no sucker shit like that. I ain't never seen no sucker shit. I ain't seen white Jewish kids just have Ferraris and shit, but I've seen white Jewish kids have decent cars. They not worried about money. They going to school. They handling their business. Their parents is putting them on the game when it comes to stocks, bonds, and 401k. That's what the fuck need to go on. All this bullshit and this sucker shit we doing, fuck all that, man. That's why I don't get it when we go to these fucking black churches and everybody want to dress like $1 million. You know what I'm saying? Right? Let's dress like $1 million, but we not teaching black empowerment. Why you say that, Warren? Because I know. Well, I pass by the Muslims every day. We never supported the Muslims. Ever. I never seen a Nation of Islam in my church. Not one time. One time. But you go on YouTube, you can find the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan speaking in black churches all day. And I'm like, damn. Because every black church leader ain't on that bullshit. Some people are like, nah, man, I want my congregation to get the game. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is, man. It's like learning the game. Game yourself up so you can game up others. That's how I learn. Like I said, I'm self-taught. Ain't nobody told me to read no books on stocks and bonds. I had to figure that shit out, listen to Boyce Watkins and listen to other people. And then even, I wish it was the Boyce Watkins around when I was 20 years ago. Because, man, I'd have some bread. Because it takes a black person a lot of times to explain it to another black person. And there's just a synergy there. There's a, you know, where it's easier to learn from your people. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, each one got to teach one. Each one got to teach 21. You got to, any person that you are around when you a certain age, man, you got to give them the game. Don't hold it. Don't hide, divide. If you know about real estate, you need to be telling niggas about that shit. Like, look, bro, and if they don't listen, they don't listen. But they can never say you didn't tell them. Don't hoard the knowledge and keep it all for yourself. Don't tell nobody. I always used to tell niggas, hey, man, fuck with the stock, fuck with the bonds, 401k, man, get that shit. You young, woo, woo, woo. Because I want niggas to give me the game. You know what I'm saying? And another thing, before I get the fuck up out of here, man, treat black businesses treat them like royalty. Stop treating them like they ain't shit. Nigga can't wait to pay everybody else, but won't even pay a black business. If you on that shit, man, I'm not into that. And the reason why I say that is because black folk got a bad habit of treating black business like they ain't shit. But those people that treat black business like, look at their lives. And those people, look at your life. Look at it. Because I look at my fucked up situation every day and I try to figure out a way to change that shit. But some people don't want to look at it. Because I'm going to tell you right now, man, that you're going to be older a lot longer than you're going to be younger. And the time is ticking. And niggas, we got to handle business. Women got to handle business. We got to be on the same team and be on code. You know what I'm saying? Put motherfuckers on the game. And niggas got to start listening too, man. Niggas got to start listening. If somebody tell you something, you better take heed. That doesn't mean you do what they tell you, but you just listen like, oh, okay, that makes sense. Because in this game, man, this game is cold. As you get older, you start looking around like, damn. What's Social Security, 63? Shit. Fuck all that. But yeah, man, learn about law as much as you can. Go get you a Black's Law dictionary. Go get you an etymology dictionary. I got mine over here. These are a few books. I would suggest, like I said before, man, I would suggest people read The Fall of America by the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. That's a great book. And I would suggest you read The World's Great Men of Color by J.A. Rogers. In this book, all it is is Europeans trying to get niggas to do sucker shit. That's all it is. Through the whole book. I mean, through the whole book. And you got some niggas that's like, I'm not going for the sucker shit. Like Queen Nzinga. I mean, I read like 4 different books about Queen Nzinga. I ain't even read her book, but I've read like 4 different books that talks about her. She wasn't with the sucker shit at all. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's very important that you read and study on your own. You know what I'm saying? Like this book, A Price for a Pound of Flesh. They was breaking it down how much niggas was worth. In your prime years for black women, melanated women was like, once they got their period to like 40. That was like the prime years. And you know, some slave owners, they didn't really like a woman having a whole bunch of kids because then they feel like this bitch can't do shit for us. But a lot of slave owners was like, hell yeah, hey, pump them babies out. We want you to have about 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 babies. You know what I'm saying? That shit is crazy. Just like in this book I'm reading right now, Never Caught, about Una Judge and Martha Washington and George Washington. Look, let me tell you something. And this is all I'm going to tell you. Martha Washington, I'm getting off after this. This mic drop. Y'all talking about why we should get reparations? I'm going to say this, and I'm getting the fuck out of here. Martha Washington, George Washington's wife, the first president of the United States of America Incorporated. Martha Washington owned, remember how we said we wanted 40 acres and a mule? Martha Washington owned 17,500 acres of fucking land. So if a nigga talking this motherfucking, I don't see color, that's a Sambo. Guilty, nigga. I'm out of here, man. I'll fuck with y'all later. Peace.